everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Positive Solutions for Life. I'm Peggy Meyer, and today we're diving into a topic that makes a lot of people squirm, selling. Now, before you hit skip, stay with me because I'm not here to teach you sales scripts or pitch tactics. I'm here to show you that you're already selling every single day, and that's not a bad thing. So, when you hear the word selling, what comes to mind? Probably maybe a pushy used car salesperson or someone cold calling or messaging you about maybe something you don't want, like a timeshare or something that you've been eyeing online, right? But selling, real selling, isn't about tricking or pressuring people into something. It's about influence, persuasion, and communication. So let me ask you this. Have you ever convinced your kid to eat vegetables? Yes, I have. Have you ever shared a movie that you loved or maybe even a restaurant with a friend? Like say, hey, go watch this or go to this restaurant? Yeah, me too. Have you ever pitched yourself in a job interview? Well, I hope you've had a job before and had to be interviewed for it. You sold yourself. Have you ever suggested going to your favorite restaurant with your partner or your spouse, trying to get them to take you? Uh-huh. Yep, me too. Guess what? You were selling in all of these situations and so many more. Selling happens anytime you influence someone's thoughts or actions, even when there's no money involved. And you know what? I just thought of sometimes it's called peer pressure, but you're not conning people. You're sharing value, you're sharing your ideas and beliefs, and whether you realize it or not, you're pretty good at it. So the reality is, selling is everywhere. It's how our world works. We live in a world built on exchange, value for value. Farmers sell crops, mechanics sell repairs, teachers sell knowledge, insurance companies sell peace of mind, marketers sell ideas. Your neighbor might even sell homemade candles, baked goods, sweet corn, or fresh eggs. Selling isn't bad. It's necessary. It's how we survive and thrive. Without it, we wouldn't have the products, services, or even the communities we rely on every single day. But here's the key truth. Nobody can sell you anything without your permission. Let me repeat that. Nobody can sell you anything without your permission. That's right. You are the buyer. You decide. If you gave up your money, time, or energy for something you didn't need, and it wasn't because someone sold it to you, it was because you bought it. You are in control of your money, your time, and your energy. Where you put it, who you give it to, that's in your control. Nobody can sell you anything without your permission. That shift in mindset, that's ownership. That's control. And it's powerful. So if selling is natural and it's everywhere, why do so many people say, I hate selling? It comes down to mindset. People don't actually hate selling. They hate the stereotype of selling, the stereotype of being pushy, manipulative, dishonest, desperate. But that's not real selling. That's bad selling. What we're really wrestling with is often our own stuff, our own mindset, our own fears, our own insecurities, our own experiences. So, what are they? Here are some common internal blocks that create an aversion to selling, like, ooh, selling is bad. So, the first one is fear of being manipulated. People are afraid they're going to be tricked or deceived. They don't want to buy the wrong thing and feel stupid or wasteful because of it. Another internal block is a fear of making a bad decision. People fear buying something that they will regret later. Buyer's remorse. Ever heard of that? Yeah, nobody wants it. Or someone might lack the confidence in their own decision-making skills and project that onto the salesperson. Another internal block is skepticism about intentions. People might doubt the intentions or the motive of the person that's selling and wonder if they're really caring about them or if they're just about making money. Yeah. Have you had those kind of thoughts or fears before? Yeah. Well, here's another one. Negative past experiences. Yeah. Does anyone have any scars from any high pressure or dishonest sales? Maybe you have a thought like, God, I've been burned before and I don't want to let that happen again. Yeah, we've had bad experiences of being sold to. We also might have aversion to pressure. People often resist being sold to because they don't want to feel coerced or rushed into something. They want to feel in control, that they're making the decision. We love control. We don't want to feel pushed into something, right? And the last internal kind of hiccup we have is projection. And sometimes people, really dislike being sold to because they themselves dislike the idea of selling, or they're really uncomfortable selling. They associate selling with being pushy or unethical. So they assume that they are being pushed or the salesperson is being unethical as well, just because they have those kind of thoughts themselves. They think everybody else does. Not everybody. Nope. But with all these internal blocks, the issue isn't selling. It's our mindset and often our self-worth and our confidence in ourselves and our abilities to influence others. So how do we change that? How do we make peace with the word sell? 'Cause sometimes words have a negative or kind of a bad energy to it. We are just have aversion to it. So can we think of something else, another word that maybe we can embrace that feels better to us? And when we do that, we call this reframing. So how can you reframe selling? Reframe selling into service. Does service sound better? Selling isn't about tricking people. It's about helping them. Selling isn't about being pushy. It's not being pushy. It's about offering something of value and letting the other person choose. So this is selling ethically. Ethical selling is built on understanding people's needs, offering solutions, being honest and clear, and respecting their choice. If you believe in what you're sharing, you're not pushing, you're helping. And that's not salesy. That's service. You can sell without being sleazy. The best kind of selling is honest and helpful. It's about understanding someone's need and presenting them with the solution that meets it. You are not forcing anyone. You're inviting them to consider an option that might benefit them. So when I think of this, I think about going into a clothing store, right? So when you go into a clothing store, oftentimes the salesperson comes and say, "Hey, what can I help you with? What are you looking for?" They are trying to be helpful. Yes, they are offering their products, their clothing for you to buy. But they're trying to understand your needs. What can I help you with today? Is there anything that you're looking for in particular? So they can present a solution. So when I'm going into a clothing store to look for jeans, either for myself or my kids, the first thing I want to know is if they have jeans that are long enough. Yep, if you don't know me and my family, we're tall, okay? My family needs tall jeans. And I'm not just talking long, we need extra long. So I welcome a salesperson's helpfulness because it saves me a lot of time. So when you're sharing your coaching services, your homemade baked goods, your health and wellness products to others, or offering 2 or 3 choices of vegetables to your family at dinner, you are selling something valuable. Yes, what you are offering may not be for everyone. If the clothing store only has jeans with 33-inch inseams, that is no value to me or my family because we need longer, 35 at the minimum. A store that only sells petite clothing to women is of no value to me, but that doesn't make it worse. It doesn't make it something that nobody's going to want because there are some people that need that. It is a benefit and it is value to others, but maybe not for me. So when you reframe selling as sharing something of value, something valuable to somebody else, it no longer feels uncomfortable. You're not manipulating, you're communicating, you're offering, you're helping someone. So let's call it what it is. Selling is serving with value. So here's what I want you to take away. You are already a seller. Every single day, you sell ideas. You convince, you recommend, and you influence others. That's not manipulative. That's being human. So the next time you think, I hate selling, I want you to pause and ask yourself, am I reacting to a stereotype? Or am I just afraid to share something valuable? Because selling at its best, it's about connection. It's about showing up with confidence, offering what you have, and letting people decide for themselves. And you can do that with integrity, with heart, with purpose, and in alignment with yourself. So go ahead, sell, serve, share, influence. Whatever word you choose and use, own it. You've got something valuable to offer. Don't be afraid to put it out there. Until next time, have a great day.